Hello dear children, in today's video we are going to discuss about our poetry session for our exam preparation. So first of all, I wish all the best for each and every student who are going to appear for their examination, SSLC examination. So let us begin our poetries. We have 10 poems total in this 10th syllabus. Our first poem name is To a Pair of Sora Screen. It is written by Manmohan Singh. In this poem, as we discussed in this poem, we are seeing two cranes or screens and bird hunters. They are coming and shooting a bird, and after the bird dies, the female pair, its sorrows, sadness, that all things we are seeing in this poem. In this poem, mainly how to study the callousness of bird killers and the sad feelings and the actions followed by the sadness of the female crane. This mainly these 2 points you have to remember when you study this poem. And one more thing, whenever you study poems, you have to understand the total summary of each poem. If you know the summary, you can attend all the long answer questions very easily. So first of all, you have to study the summary very clearly of all chapters, all the poems, as well as chapters also. So mainly how to study the summary of the poems. So that's all from first poem. Our second poem was Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher, which is written by Abraham Lincoln. In this poem, mainly we are discussing the values a teacher should teach his son, Abraham Lincoln's son, that he wanted to teach his son. There are a number of values we are seeing in this poem. Clearly, each and everything what a student should learn from a teacher or from school, or what school education should give a child, that very clearly we are seeing in this chapter. So at least while you are attending for the long answer questions, at least you have to learn minimum 8 points, 8 values that Abraham Lincoln discussing in this poem. You have to study minimum 8 points. I am saying these 8 points basically for long answer questions. You have to understand the summary, you have to study the question answers also. As I told in the last pro section videos, this video or these points what I am telling you in these videos, it is not a substitute for your examination. It is just a help, which who are a little bit weak, who are average in studies, for them how can get little better than good result. So for that purpose I am doing this video. It is not a substitute. First you have to understand. So that's all we see in the second poem. Then our third poem was Temple and the Body or Vachana, which is written by Basavanna. In this poem we are seeing the poor people. They have no money to build temples for Lord Shiva, so they are offering their body as a temple. Their head is a cupola, body is a legs are the pillars, and body is a shrine. And our soul we are converting as a place to keep the statue of the god. That is the basic theme of the poem. This poem basically we can study the summary as well as you have to study for memorization also. This poem is a little bit easily you can remember the basic plot of the poem. You have to remember and you have to learn the summary of the poem, how the comparison. For example, as I told, the head is the Kabbalah and body is the shrine, legs are pillars. In that way you have to study the poem. Next poem, fourth poem was Lochinvar, written by Sir Walter Scott. This is one of adventurous poem in our syllabus. Lochinvar is a brave soldier, a warrior who wanted to get her girl, who wanted to win her love, Ellen. And what are the things he is doing, his bravery, his braveness, the qualities of Lochinvar. These all things you have to study as well as the summary of the poem. Here we see how Lochinvar won Ellen's love, or how Lochinvar won Ellen for himself. That is one of the important questions from the poem. Next poem that we have learned was A Poison Tree, written by William Blake. Poison Tree is written by William Blake. In this poem, basically the theme of the poem is how angry or anger affects humans. That is the basic plot of the poem. The angry expression and suppression of angry, both situations we are seeing in this poem. When I got angry on my friend, when I have angry on my friend, I go and I express my anger, then the problem, the misunderstanding had solved there. But when I have angry, if I am keeping suppressing my anger in myself, in my mind only, it will become like a poison. It can harm, it can kill my enemy. So that is the basic theme of the poem. And you have to study how expressed anger and suppressed anger, the difference between these two types of anger, and the basic summary of the poem we have to study from this chapter. Then these 5 poems that we learned from first part, and the second part beginning with Sonnet 73, written by William Shakespeare. In this poem, when a person reaches his old age, that old age is comparing in 3 different stages. Like in the first part or the first section of the poem, you know that it's sonnets. It is a sonnet which is having three quatrains and a couplet. In the first quatrain, William Shakespeare is comparing old age into autumn season. In autumn season, when the trees are leaving its leaves, and there is no birds in the branches. So these are when we become old age, it is in the same state of a tree in an autumn season. And the second quatrain, we are getting a comparison of old age with the sunset and the night. After the sunset we have night, darkness. In the same way, after old age we have death. So night is the second half of death. That is the second comparison that we see in the poem. And third comparison, old age or a person reaching old age is compared with the ashes, which helped to burn the fire, and after that which is very useless. So like our body. So these 3 comparisons very compulsory how to study when you study this poem. The summary, when you study the poem, you can study as the comparisons. In the first quatrain, what is the comparison, and second quatrain, what is the comparison, as well as third quatrain also. And after these 3 quatrains, what is the message that Shakespeare wanted to give to each and every young person in the world? So love everyone. Love as much as you can. That is the message Shakespeare gives through this poem to us. Next poem that we have learned is Stolen Boat, written by William Wordsworth. This poem you have to study the summary of the poem, and a main question that I have observed from this chapter, the effect that the spectacle of the peak had on the poet's mind. When the poet, he compares himself as the narrator. When the poet was moving the boat, when he was riding on the boat, he had seen a peak, a high peak, and while he was seeing the peak, what effect the peak kept in the mind of the poet. That basically how to study from this poem. Next poem that we have seen was Mending Wall, which is written by Robert Frost. Mending Wall summary how to study. Basically the basic plot or basic theme of the poem, we make walls between people. We made walls just to give a difference between the neighbors. But when we made wall, the wall became a separation, which leads to many problems like caste, creed, religion. These all problems had started in our world. So this is how to say, and how the poet tried to convince his neighbor to which they have no necessity of wall there. That you have to study. And the poet's classic reply was there: good fences make good neighbors. This also you have to study from this chapter. Next poem we have seen is Buttu, written by Thorodath. In this poem we are seeing Ekalavya, a great archer, a great warrior. His life we are seeing. First, Ekalavya wanted to learn archery. He had visited Dronacharya, great guru, but Dronacharya, because of Ekalavya's caste, Dronacharya he refused to teach Ekalavya. Then Ekalavya was not ready to give up. So that is one attitude we have to learn from Ekalavya. He was not ready to give up. He went to forest and he made a statue of Dronacharya and he learned archery. He became expert in archery. So once Dronacharya visited the forest, he had seen the talent of Ekalavya. So Dronacharya already had promised to Arjuna that he will make Arjuna as the best world #1 archer. So to fulfill the promise, Dronacharya asked Ekalavya's right thumb as Guru Dakshina, and without thinking anything, Ekalavya had given as Guru Dakshina his thumb. So Ekalavya's life you have to study from this poem, and why these incidents, the summary of the poem that you have to learn. And the last poem that we have learned in our syllabus was CLM, written by John Masefield. As you know, it is a dedication to mothers, and in this poem mainly we are seeing our mother. She had suffered a lot to give us a good life, and after that, when we grew up, when we become adult, what we do to the women's community, that we have to learn. We treat them in a bad, according to poet, the men's community treating women's community in a bad way. It is not the right way that we treat. We should respect them. We should understand their sacrifice, their strugglings. Mainly, basically, our mother's struggling. So through this poem, poet wants to tell the same same point only. So these are the 10 poems we have learned in our syllabus. I hope you already have studied these poems. So study very well, attend very nicely, answer for all the questions. All the very best for your exams once again. So that's all for today. In the next video, we will continue our grammar sections. So I hope you understood today's section. Thank you. Take care. Bye.